Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Malinga Sise of Urban Harvest Organic Farm. For all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am so grateful. And for those who are still new, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Today I'm super excited because I want to share with you secrets to become successful in poultry farming. I started this project in 2019, and in the beginning I faced so many challenges. I think that is one of the things that are forced me to start a YouTube channel, at least to keep sharing my experience and like guiding you on how to do this project. Today, you look at me as very successful because when I'm collecting the eggs, I collect so many eggs from only 324 birds. And at least I get over $300 from this project, okay? But it is through a lot of experience that I have gained in this project. And today I've noted down things that you're going to consider. They are right here, okay? I want us to, there are only 8, and I want us to discuss them one by one. And if we follow this, please, we shall be successful in this project, okay? The first one is your presence, okay? When you've decided that you want to do this project, please go there wholeheartedly, that you even know deep within you that I've really done it to my best. Because if you start the project on phone calls, for those who started poultry farming on phone calls, you can even witness or write to us in the comment section how your experience has been. First of all, you're just far away. You don't know what's happening in the farm. You don't know how your eggs have been stolen. You don't know how the biosecurity is not observed. You don't know how your chicken have been stolen. You don't know how the chicken diseases have affected your birds. They just tell you the birds are not performing well, and you don't know what exactly is going on. So please, when you plan to start this project, or when you've saved some little capital, please don't do this project on phone calls. This is not a project to do on a phone call, okay? Maybe cattle rearing, goat rearing, and I can say pig rearing also is not very easy. You cannot also do it on a phone call. But with poultry farming, you must always be present in your poultry farm. And then the second thing that you must consider to become successful is the chicken house. This is just a secret. The chicken house must be well constructed. There are 3 different types of chicken houses. We have the temporary chicken house, we have the semi-permanent, and we have the permanent chicken house. But all these chicken houses can do well if you only construct them well. First of all, the chicken house should be large enough for those birds. Now a mature layer, the 4 of them, they stay in 1 square meter. And for the broilers, 7 to 8 birds in 1 square meter. This must be observed in the beginning when you're constructing the chicken houses. It should be well ventilated, okay? It should not be in a way that rodents and wild birds, cats can enter, because imagine your birds have started laying eggs and you just wake up one morning and the dogs have entered there and they've eaten 1 or 2 birds, and the cat has eaten 1. Like last time the rat killed like 5 of our birds. That was really not good. Imagine 5 birds that are laying actively and you lose them due to recklessness. That is one of the reasons why you can fail in this project. If we talk about the house, even the security comes about that, because even the thieves love these birds. Now they can just come steal the birds and go and sell them. That is a lot of money you have lost. So please, let us be so serious about the chicken house. Now, as we are planning to construct the chicken house, or as we are in the process of the construction, biosecurity should come about. What are the measures you're going to take or to consider to make sure that biosecurity is observed in your farm? Because most of these chicken diseases come about poor biosecurity. I've talked about this several times. So make sure that at least biosecurity is observed in that project, okay? Now, after that, we are coming to the type of breed you're going to now bring or introduce inside that farm or in the chicken house. Now, last time I said that I majorly do not consider so much about the breed, but please make sure you also go for breeds that most people have recommended. For me here, I normally recommend 2 breeds that I have used and they have really satisfied me, okay? I normally recommend the Isa Brown and the Lawman Brown. Currently, the birds that we have is called the Lawman Brown. There's also the one called the Lawman White. These breeds have done so well for me. But for the Isa Brown, I was still in the learning process. But at least it did something that I believe if I bring it today, it can perform very well. So the breed should be the breed that most people have recommended, most people have used it, and even the company that is going to supply you those birds. Please be very careful about the company. There are so many companies nowadays in the market there, and I think I've recommended you some of the companies that I'm not going to mention it here, okay? But please, let us do enough research about the breeds and the companies to supply us with these birds. Number 5, we shall look at the brooding. You can get good breeds. You can have good chicken house. You can have biosecurity. But if you don't brood those birds well, they might not perform to your expectation. Why have I said that? The brooding is where a bird's life starts from day one. So that means inside the brooder, there are few things that should be in place to make those chicks comfortable there. Okay? The source of heat must be there. Last time you saw how I lost so many local birds because of negligence. I didn't put for them any source of heat. Okay? The lights inside the brooder should be evenly distributed, at least for all the chicks to get feeds. Because if other corners are dark, this side is bright, you realize that some chicks will end up not feeding well. Okay? Even it will introduce cannibalism within those 4 weeks. Because if other sides are very bright, others are dark, there's a way cannibalism will also come out. Okay? And then feeding of those chicks. They should get enough feeds and the right feeds. Clean drinking water should be given to those chicks, because if we don't do that, we shall realize our birds will not lay at 18 weeks, at 20 weeks, at 25 weeks. Some of you are still struggling with laying. So brooding must also be done perfectly well. And then make sure you give the birds the right feeds and enough feeds. After the brooding, those birds still have the amount of feed they're supposed to take on a daily basis. Okay? I would advise, if you do not know how to mix the fermented feeds, okay, in the quest of getting cheap feeds, please let us go for the commercial feeds. Because those commercial feeds, first of all, those companies that manufacture the concentrates, they give you the measurements, the right measurements for those feeds. Okay? Because they are the ones who know in 100 kilograms of feed, you must mix this amount of maize, this amount of bran, this amount of lime, this amount of this. So please, if you cannot mix the fermented feeds well, or you still do not have the knowledge, let us go for the commercial feeds, where it is ready made, where you just call them and they'll tell you the right measurements. Because when you don't give these birds the right feeds and enough feeds, trust me, they will not perform well. And then besides that, the time for feeding those birds is very important, especially when they start laying eggs. If you decide that you feed the birds at 6 in the morning, 6 a.m. sharp or 6:30 sharp, make sure that the birds are feeding. If you decide the second portion will be given at exactly 2 p.m., please kindly give those birds the feeds. And the feeds go hand in hand with drinking water. The drinking water should be clean enough for these birds. Okay? Should not have too much chlorine, because I know some of you have tap water that is always mixed with the chlorine. Make sure that the chlorine there is not too much. And even the rainwater, for those who can access rainwater, let us not give rainwater that already has those tiny worms. Okay? Because with the rainwater, when it takes long, normally there are those tiny worms that come out, that starts developing there. Please, let us not give the water that has those tiny worms. So if you want to be successful, please, those are some of the secrets. Another one is consistency in using the herbal remedies. Honestly, if you're not consistent with the herbal remedies, you will not understand your performance. And if we don't follow the first things that we've talked about, however much you're consistent with the herbal remedies, those birds will still not perform well. Okay? Because if they're not getting enough feeds, enough drinking water, how will you expect your bird to perform well? Okay? So let us first consider those things, and then we come to herbal remedies. And with the herbal remedies, please, let us be consistent. Last time someone said, Alinga, you're living within Kampala city. How are you managing to get all those leaves and all those herbs? Guys, if you want something, you have to work hard to make sure that you achieve it. Okay? That is why I'm within the city, surrounded with homes, schools, churches, but still I manage to get these herbal remedies and give to my birds every day. I manage to get these leaves and give to the birds. Right now, even I have the matoke stems that I'm going to ferment and we shall give it to our local birds. Okay? Even to the layers. I have a lot. I'm just going to collect from the garden. So you have to work hard to make sure that you see results. There is nothing that comes on a silver plate, please. Okay? So consistency with the herbal remedies is very, very important, especially for those who are not going to do vaccination. Let us be consistent. Let us follow the guidelines. Let us follow what we've been discussing here. In that way, we shall really enjoy poultry farming. Then the last one is vaccination. You know, when I say vaccination, someone will say, Alinga is becoming controversial. No. If you're not going to be consistent with your herbal remedies, like Alinga here, please vaccinate your birds, because I don't want you to start crying with my name that Alinga told us not to vaccinate the birds. Now my birds have got sick. Please, if you're not going to be consistent, do your vaccination. Get the vaccination schedule from the companies that have provided you with those chicks. They should be able to provide you with the vaccination schedule. I've even discussed about vaccination schedule in this channel. Please, you can also go and watch it. But for some of us who really want to use our African herbal remedies, you can be consistent and your birds are going to do well. Okay, so those are some of the secrets that I want you to know that have really helped me to become successful in this project. Now we are going to feed our birds, and I want you to see how Alinga is so present in her chicken house all the time. You know, I even have someone who helps me at the farm, but you realize in even all the videos I make, I am the one collecting eggs, I am the one giving the birds drinking water, I am the one feeding these birds. It is what I mean by your presence at the farm. Okay, it doesn't mean that you do all these things. I do all the things to demonstrate to you how you're supposed to do it. Okay, but if you cannot do it, you don't even have the energy to do it, you can always be there to supervise your workers to do the right thing in your chicken house. Now let us go inside the chicken house and feed our birds. See you right there. Guys, these birds can be crazy when it's time for feeding. Eh? They just all want to kill me. Let me start from here. I really don't know what is making the bird so nervous. It is that one disorganizing everybody. I don't know what is making it so nervous. This particular hen, this one. It has disorganized all the birds. Now all the birds are scared. Guys, I've discovered it is the flies, because there are so many flies that have come inside, because it has been raining the whole morning. Actually, it just stopped raining, and you realize that this part of our chicken farm, water was coming from out. So all here it is a bit wet. So many flies have come inside. So I think that is what has really made the other chicken very scared. So for today, that is all I had for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for loving me. And thank you so much for 94K subscribers. I wouldn't reach there without you. Please let us continue liking the videos, sharing the videos, dropping a comment in the comment section. Subscribe if you're still new, and tell me which country you're watching me from, and I'll be so grateful. See you next time. I love you all. Bye bye.